Uh, Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing this morning? I don't know if it'll go on the live stream or not. There's this delay, and you never know exactly when things will start. Uh, but I was making faces at the camera. We'll see if we can get a couple thumbnails here. Help! Just having fun this morning. Hope that you all are entertained. Good morning, Billy Hartman. I'm doing my best acting job here. I try to put the faces out this morning. Thought I'd get some thumbnails here. Does that work? Is that high caliber acting, Billy? Billy should know. Hey, Tina, how are you? Great to see you this morning. Kay Rice is up and going. Love that. I love my morning crew. Thank you for being a part of it. It's a good day. Yeah, I'm looking good. I'm just having fun this morning. I'm actually semi in that panic mode again. You know, you go forward from wonderful things happening to, oh no, wonderful things are happening. So, you know, what you do is, when you're making a movie, is you overanalyze everything. I mean, you spend years on this stuff. Hey, good morning, Asher. So great to see you. Hi, so great to see you. Wow, fantastic to have everybody coming on this morning. I was just having a little bit of fun here. Talking about the panic mode and fear of success, actually, is what it comes down to. You know, we spend years and years working on a movie project. I've been working on the Impact Factor movie for over 4 years now, and the closer it gets, the more fearful it gets, because you actually have to think about, well, now what do I have to do to produce? Because you've been thinking about it all this time, and you try not to overanalyze it too much, because overanalyzation can just result in paralysis. You know, you don't get anywhere. You just need to move ahead and be comfortable with the fact that there's going to be all kinds of obstacles along the way. There's going to be all kinds of problems along the way, and somehow you will figure them out, because every single day up until this point, we have gotten through the day. That's a 100% record. Congratulations. Yeah. Good for you. 100% of the time, even though you probably have many days when you thought, I can't get through today. So you did it. Good for you. Fantastic. Move on. Now you got to face all the new problems. Hey, Michael, good morning from Disney. Looks like you're having a lot of fun down there, even though you get stuck in It's a Small World. Now I have that tune going through my head again. I actually had 2 friends go through that ride at Disney yesterday. One of them loved it and was singing along with it, and the other one has it stuck in his brain for the next week or something like that. Probably both of them do. That's the contagious aspect of life. If you keep something simple and you just keep repeating it over and over and over again, it gets stuck in our life. So remember that. Remember that when you start putting things in your head. If you keep saying it to yourself over and over and over, it's likely to turn out true, or certainly it will be what we believe is true. It will become our world. So if you let people tell you all day long that you're dumb and you're a failure and that you're a loser, likely you'll be believing that really, really quickly. But if you keep telling yourself over and over again that you can make it, just like you did through 100% of the days up till now, that you'll probably make it another day. So, and then one day we won't. But that's all right. That's only one out of however many days, you know, how many days you live. So we've got some fantastic progress on the Impact Factor movie crowdfunding campaign. We're actually in the pre-crowdfunding campaign. I'm hoping to launch everything on Tuesday. That's kind of a deadline that I've set for myself to get all those materials up and ready to go so that we can actually launch the the actual crowdfunding campaign. Right now, if we had $544 more in pledges, then doing the math of getting 30% upfront committed before we actually launched the crowdfunding campaign, that would mean that we could launch a campaign that would be over $50,000. That's pretty remarkable. There have only been, in the history of Kickstarter, something like 4,000 films that have gone over $20,000. So that's a pretty good track record. I haven't looked to see how many have gone over $50,000 on Kickstarter, but that's a much, much smaller figure. Probably, I'm not sure what it is. I have to look it up. I think I published it in one of these posts a couple of days ago. Hey, Lincoln, great to see you. Buddy Marshall, great to see you. So some people say, well, that's not much money, Ken. You know, $50,000. $50,000, it's hard to make a movie on a $50,000 budget. But that's the seed. That's the seed capital. That's what gets us started. That's what gets people realizing that this is a real project and maybe this could happen. So at this point, this is where fear can really kicks in, right? Hey, Lauren, great to see you. Thanks for joining us this morning. Talking a little bit about our crowdfunding campaign, which is right on the verge of getting to the point where we can launch at a pretty high level. Actually, top 1% level. So of all of the projects that go on Kickstarter, most of them fail in the first place. But then those who actually become funded are very, very rare. And those that become funded above the $20,000 level are even more rare. But I had a friend that's a producer, and they did like a $20,000 campaign. Off of that $20,000 campaign, they built a community of people that were interested in that project that resulted in over $1 million in contributions and people participating in that program. So I want you to think about the leverage. That's what we're really talking about when we're talking about this. Hey, Dan, so great to see you. Thank you for all of your support. Buddy Marshall's here. Lincoln Ong is here. So many great people. Lauren Falco is here. Michael Ambrosio is here. Steve Ledbetter. Oh, great to see you. Fantastic to see everybody this morning. So we only need $544 more in pledges to get us up to a $50,000 campaign. Actually, over $50,000. It's like a $53,000 campaign if you do the math. How do you do the math? You just take what is 30% in the amount that we've actually raised. And I've been thinking a lot about this point in the campaign. And I've been at this spot in my life a few times. I remember with the launch of Affiliate Showcase, you plan and you work and you do all this detailed stuff and you work for months and months and months or years and years and years, and you get to this point and you're right there on the verge of success. And yesterday, to be honest with you, I was going, oh my God, what have I gotten myself into? Now I have to produce. Because sometimes fear of success holds you back more than fear of failure. There's a guy by the name of James Sudoku, and he wrote an article with that title. And in his article in Inc. magazine, he basically says, success means change, even if it's the change that you always wanted. Now, we're going to have change. We know we're going to have change in our life any way you look at it. So if you like the way things are, too bad, it's going to change. If you don't like the way things are, congratulations, it's going to change. But if you try something and you fail, you can go back what you knew. You might not be happy about it, but you kind of go back to your comfort zone. But if you try something and succeed, then you're going into uncharted territory. What's the first time that you ever did something? Where do you go from there? What's going to happen to you? You really don't have any idea. Things are different. Things change. Plus, success often means that you have a bigger impact on people. And that's a bigger role where more people depend on you. And it could be that more people care about what you say or do and that your opinions are further reaching. And it sounds great, but bigger impact can actually make you feel vulnerable because now you're more in the spotlight to more people. It can be easy to be scared off by that, and you may not feel equipped to handle the scrutiny, the judgment, everything else that comes along with broader exposure. You know, it would be terrifying to be a politician these days. I mean, just think of the things that they're subjected to. Or just think of some of the actors that are really, really successful, and all of the scrutiny that falls on them, and the people that say in many cases horrible things about those people when those people are just out there trying to, you know, do their art. So, you know, we often self-sabotage ourselves right at this point. At this point in the magic, there's a tendency to kind of self-sabotage, because if you, and sometimes that's even without even knowing that you're doing it. So it's something to watch out for at this point. So if you give it everything you've got and you still fail, you get pats on the back, right? So if I go off and I launch this campaign and I fail at this campaign, then people are going to say, you know, you went out there, you put yourself on the line. I give you respect for, you know, putting it all out there. It's kind of that you left it out there on the field, you know, kind of a concept. It's that kind of thing like, good for you for trying your very, very best. Well, what if you convinced yourself you were putting it all out there and giving it everything you got, but you knew deep down that you weren't? You'd still get the pats on the back, and you could walk away from it knowing that it wasn't meant to be, and then you could go back to doing what you knew. So there's a danger there that you could just kind of start believing that stuff. What if you went full out? What if you really, really went for success? What if we created a magical project that just kept going and going and going and impacted the lives of literally millions of people? That's a scary thought, right? Well, it's also an exciting thought, because we can do so much more working together than we ever could apart. I've been in this place a few times in my life. You know, we launched a campaign to help raise awareness for teen suicide, and we got that simple message of hope out to 30 million people. Or I launched Affiliate Showcase that went into the top 3,000 sites on the internet. But at each point, it was scary. It was something new coming up. So I want to encourage you in your own life, if you are out there and you're sitting on the precipice of doing something new and exciting, take a step back and don't self-sabotage yourself. Don't say, I don't have it all figured out, and therefore I can't move forward, or therefore it's impossible. Think, what could the possibilities be? What's the worst thing that could possibly happen if I subjected myself to change, if I subjected myself to more visibility, more potential criticism? What if I went to a bigger stage? What kind of an impact could we have? What kind of difference could we make in the lives of more and more and more people? Because I've been convinced we can leverage art, science, and technology to literally impact the lives of millions of people. So right now, here's where we're sitting. We got $12,946 in pledges, and that would mean that we could launch a $43,153.33 campaign, which surpasses our original goal, by the way, by $13,000, over $13,000. And we've got 52 people that have stepped up to the plate, amazing people that have pledged to invest on the first day of our crowdfunding campaign. And the average went up to $244.26, which is much higher than the usual rate of contribution. So I really, really appreciate the level of commitment that people have put into that. But since we went over $10,000, Larry Steinhaus promised to add a pledge of another $1,500. That would bring all the pledges up to $1,446. That means a $48,153.33 campaign, if you do the math. And that means 53 amazing people. So that kind of brings the average pledge up to $272.56, which is even better. And at the current level of contributions that we're at right now per person, it would only take two people 2 people to step up to the plate and get us to that $15,000 pledge goal. So why is $15,000 important? Because if we hit $15,000, Ruth Ann Wood promises to add a pledge of another $1,000. That would take it up to $16,000, which means that we could launch over a $50,000 campaign. Or more precisely, we could go for $53,333.33 if you do the math. Now, remember, though, that we lose those funds if we don't reach that goal. So that means if somebody steps up to the plate today and pledges another, we get that extra $500 or whatever it was. I've forgotten now. Something just over $500 that we have left to go. Then we'll get that money, and if we don't, then we won't. Or actually, when the pledges actually come in. So we're going to start the campaign, scheduled to start for Tuesday. I'm really excited about that. If you pledged, get ready to pull out your checkbook. I haven't been asking for any pledges or your credit card when the campaign launches, because we want all those funds to come in on the first day. Why do we want those funds to come in on the first day? Because nobody wants to commit to a campaign that's going to fail. So if you ever went to a crowdfunding campaign and you saw $0 pledged, and you know that we all start out with $0, somebody has to be the first, but you don't want to be the first. So it gives a confidence factor when people have already pledged to a campaign. So if you're there and you contribute on the first day, then that gets a leverage going. It gets the ball moving. It gets the momentum going. It creates an impact beyond just in friends and family. I've noticed a trend just even in the past few days of people that I don't know, that I haven't met before, that are contributing to this campaign. Up until that point, it had been what we call friends and family. So people that know me, people that know the track record, people that know the heart that I have to have an impact in the lives of people. And this powerful message that I want to get out, that we all make a difference whether we want to or not, and that we can create immense impact over the course of our lifetimes, that we all impact thousands of people just by existing. But when we work together and we leverage art, science, and technology, we can impact millions of people. So that's the message I want to get out. That's the point I want to make with this movie. It's actually a 3-movie campaign. It's a short film to benefit over 100 nonprofit organizations by building their funding and awareness, and also a documentary film, plus the impact factor feature film, feature narrative drama that we have going, which is all about people from all walks of life that live within a 5-mile radius of Philadelphia City Hall, and how they impact each other through the small actions that they take, and how that impact, even though you're feeling helpless right now, and maybe you're not among the rich and the powerful and the connected, you can still have an impact that reaches well beyond your life. So if you want to help us out today, you can help us fund the Impact Factor movie. We're just taking the pledges. I'm hoping to get up above so that we could actually launch at the $50,000 level. We've got some great incentives. If you go to impactfactormovie.com/crowdfunding, pick a level from some of those incentives, and there's some great incentives in there for you to participate in the community, to learn more about impact, and so many different ways that we can work together to have that impact. Great people coming on right here, part of the Impact family. We got Lincoln, we got Buddy, we got Lauren, we got Dan, we got Tina, we got Richard Rossbauer, who came to my very first event. We got Ruth Ann Wood. So fantastic to have you all here. I'm excited about getting close to Ruth Ann Wood's challenge there. So it'll all launch off hopefully on Tuesday. I just have to get the last little vestiges of get some videos done, get the materials up on the site, and then push the button. Scary thought, you know. You don't have to take out your checkbook yet, but if you do want to contribute, or if you want to up your pledge, you know. I've had a couple of people that have done that too. They say, Ken, hey, guess what? I thought I could come in at this level, but I think I can increase that level. And that makes a huge, huge difference. So we just got a little bit more to get up to that $50,000 level. Everything that we get that comes in on the first day is going to get multiplied. So it's almost like getting a 3-for-1 kind of a pledge, because we'll get that momentum. We'll get out to more and more people. I'm also planning to start a podcasting tour, a radio tour. Anybody that wants to interview me, if you know people that want to interview me, let me know, because as soon as this thing kicks off, I'm going to be doing a bunch of interviews about this. And then also Jeremiah from our social media team. And if you're not part of the social media team, definitely get involved in that too. We've got over 350 people, I think now, 340 something at least, that are there to help spread the word. When we launch the campaign and when we launch the movie, we're building that audience right now. It's still possible to be part of this movie. You know, we've got an open casting call going right now. If you go to impactfactormovie.com/casting, you can find out about the movie. You can actually take a look at the script and see if there's a role in that for you. If you're interested in it, just follow the directions on that page. So much more going on in life. You know, you would think that this would be the only thing that I've got going on in my life, but it's not. For better or worse, we're doing fantastic things. One of the things that we're doing is the Impact School of Marketing, which is teaching people basically how to have a greater impact. How can you leverage art, science, and technology to get your ideas, products, and services out to millions of people instead of just thousands? We're teaching it in a physical school here in the suburbs of Philadelphia, if you're in that area. But you can participate from anywhere in the world, because our students can come in via Zoom calls, be part of the Masterminds, be part of the classes and instruction. We put all of those materials up online so that you can get access to those on an ongoing basis. We have great masterminds, and for a limited time, I'm just about to cut this off right now, but just because of time, because there's so little time. But right now I'm mentoring people that become part of the Impact School of Marketing. If you're interested in that, just go to impactschoolofmarketing.com and take a look. We've got some great events going on June 5th. Even if you're not a member of the school, you can come and get kind of a sample by attending our one-day intensive event. You can go to impactschoolofmarketing.com/one-day, all one word, all crammed together, and just take a look at what we've got going there. It's a focus all on your projects. It's basically each of us going around in an amazing group of people to give input on your projects and to help you have more impact, because working together we can do so much more than we ever could apart. So plus we'll have a special class in the evening, even if you can't make the all-day event, which you should, because I mean, why pass up that kind of an opportunity if you can possibly make it? But if you can't, just come as my personal guest in the evening at 7 o'clock. We're going to have a world-class instructor that's going to teach a special class, and you can come in and just get a sample of what's going on here, because whether you're an artist, whether you're a musician or a speaker or an author, if you're an expert, if you're an advocate, if you're leading a nonprofit organization, anybody who wants to reach the masses, anybody that's looking for the tools, the knowledge, the experience necessary to drive millions of people to their ideas, products, and services, you're going to love this school. So it's pure classroom content instruction, plus powerful masterminds, plus a extended support family for all your projects. Come in, build those networking relationships that you can partner with, that you can work with, that you can develop things with, that build your audience for your products and services, and learn what's working right now and what's not working right now, and all the different ways that we can help each other to have greater impact, because things are changing all the time. Things are changing all the time. That's how I started out this broadcast. It's a scary thought, being successful. So if you're at that point in your life where you're sitting on the verge of success, you know that success means change, even if the change is something that you've always wanted. And if you try something and failed, and you might not be happy about it, but you could go back to your comfort zone. And sometimes that's a lot more comfortable than going out there and going into the unknown. And, you know, things are different when you have big success. Things change. And it can also mean that you're impacting more people, and that can be more responsibility, more people depending on you. Could be that more people care about what you say or what you do, and maybe your opinions get out there further. Maybe everybody doesn't agree with your opinions, and that can be scary, you know. Everybody may not love what you're doing, but you can reach more people, you can touch more people, you can impact more people, you can have a bigger difference when you reach a larger audience with your ideas, products, and services, because I guarantee you there's people out there right now that need what you have to offer. There are people right now that are trying to solve the problems that you know the solutions for. And if we can get you out there in front of the people that need you, and we can get your solutions out there for those people, the world can be a better place. We can have more impact, and I want to do that. So lots of stuff going on. If you are interested in contributing to the crowdfunding campaign, definitely go over to impactfactormovie.com/crowdfunding. If you're interested in participating in the social media team, being part of this movement to get the message out and to build more awareness around this project as we launch the crowdfunding campaign, definitely join our social media team. The notes and the links are up there in the description. And I would love to have you participate in an amazing group led by the amazing Jeremiah. He's an incredible person that is supporting and loving everybody in that group. So be part of that team, be part of that movement. And if you can possibly get to things on June the 5th at the Impact School of Marketing, we would love to have you here, have you participating in this from wherever you are in the world. Go to Impact School of Marketing and take advantage of those opportunities there. And then if you're interested in stock option trading or you're interested in real estate investment right here in these same facilities, we have Investor Schooling, which is run by Larry Steinhaus and Phil Falcone, and they're helping people learn about those topics. And if you're interested in being a real estate investor, or if you're interested in trading in stock options, then you can attend a free class here as my guest. Just go to investorschooling.com and register for a class, and you can come in complimentary and just attend a class. It's full, it's pure content instruction. I'm sure that they would love to see you. As a matter of fact, they'll invite you back to a mastermind if you want to go to that, also at no charge, and you can get a feel for whether that's something you might be interested in doing. If you have curiosity about that, definitely do that. So right now we're sitting at an amazing opportunity to get up to our goals. We're under $600 of reaching the point in pre-pledges where we could launch on Tuesday a campaign that might go to $50,000. So if you want to participate, go to impactfactormovie.com/crowdfunding. I've said that a million times now, and I still can't get it right. Anyway, I hope that you have a tremendous impact today in a positive way, and you make somebody's life better today. I'm certainly going to try and do that. You have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.